Namaskaram, Masters. Welcome to day 9 of Aatma, Deepo, Bhava. Be a light onto yourself. I hope you had a wonderful meditation session this morning. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge our Grandmaster Prabodh Garu for bringing this a wonderful event for us. Let us all be grateful for his guidance and support. I want to extend a big thank you to our leadership team for putting together this event and for all their hard work and dedication. And to all of you, thank you for taking the time to be here with us today. Your presence is greatly appreciated. It is my honor to introduce to you Master Meera R. Pillai, a junior college teacher hailing from the beautiful state of Kerala. She has been a dedicated meditator since 2018, and she has been trained in variety of healing modalities through Quantum Life University and other organizations. Master Meera is particularly passionate about working with children and has attended Gudakesha meditation program last year. She's actively practicing Gudakesha, and she brings a wealth of knowledge and insight on the topic of aura, 7 bodies, and 7 chakras. I cannot wait for Master Meera to share her wisdom and insights with us. Please join me in welcoming her to the stage. To you, Master.
Master, I had to share a PPT. I don't know how to. Can I share screen?
Yeah, actually, in breakout room, we can't make you co-host, ma'am. You can share the PDF or PPT to me, and I'll share.
Oh, you're muted, ma'am.
Suman Garu, please
Yeah,
check.
ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. I'm good.
So shall we start now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, I can start, right?
Yeah, ma'am. You can start.
Yeah, thank you. So, pranams to Pitamaha Patriji. Pranams to Grandmaster Prabodh Achyutha. Pranams to my dear masters, Dr. Newton and Dr. Lakshmi. And pranams to all the dear friends, masters who have gathered here. Thank you, Mani Garu, for your introduction. So let me begin. So today we are discussing 3 topics together. Last time these 3 topics were separate sessions for 3 days. So that is aura, 7 bodies, and 7 chakras. Since all these are related, maybe that is why this time it is being taken as one class. So I will try to blend all these 3 together so that we can finish it in 1 hour session. So before going into this topic, I would like to introduce this topic to you. Suman Garu, can you share that screen, please?
Yeah, ma'am. Please.
So, if we talk about ourselves, We all are energy, right? Whatever we see around us is energy, is made up of energy. Whether it be matter or anything else, everything is energy in this universe. And we have heard this words, this law of energy, that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. However much energy was there when this universe was created, it is as such even now. But this energy's shape and form can be transformed from one form to another if we wish. Willingly, we can transform this energy. We all know this thing. So, what is energy? We all know that since we are all in this spiritual path, we know that energy is the manifested form of the consciousness, which is formless. We call it Shiva. And this same Shiva, this same consciousness, this formless awareness, when it wants to take form, it becomes Shakti, it becomes energy. So we all are energy. This body itself is a form of energy. But the thing is that when we take this human form, when we take this human life, we can only see this human body. But the truth is that we have 7 bodies. That is, we are existing in 7 bodies right now. Right now itself, we have 7 bodies. But the awareness level is only on this physical body right now. That is the difference. So today let us look at what are all the other 6 bodies that we have and which are the chakras related to these bodies and what is our aura. So it is okay if you close your eyes and move along with the class. It is okay if you don't go to sleep, if you can still listen to what I'm saying, and if you can connect to your bodies, it will be helpful for you. So the first body that we have is this physical body. In other words, it is known as Annamaya Kosham, because this body retains the energy. The energy comes in the form of annam, food. So this energy comes and makes this body. Whatever we eat, it becomes our body. It transforms its shape. See, it is transformed into from one form to another form. It becomes our body. So this is the body of this Bhuloga, this earth plane, body of this dimension, the earth plane, Bhuloga. And let me introduce to you what are chakras. Chakras are like energy turbines or like a tool or like a gadget. It is an organizing center where all the nervous system crisscrosses. It is like a junction point where there is lot of energy coming and going. So these chakras are the energy turbines in our body, especially in our next body, where all the nadis go join together. They receive energy from this each plane of existence in each body. It receives energy, it processes the energy, and it transforms the energy according to our need, according to our goodness, according to our highest need. The energy is transformed. So in Annamaya Kosha, in this physical body, we receive energy through food. And we also receive energy through the safety and protection that we get in this life. In that way also we get energy. So this chakra related to physical body is known as Mooladhara chakra. Mooladhara. The chakra comes, the location of this chakra. Suman garu, please go to the next slide. Yes. So the location of this chakra comes, you can close your eyes and you can feel it if you can. It comes in between our anus and our sexual organ. It is known as the perineal space. It is the base of our spine. That is the space. And the chakra's identity is the physical identity. And it is related to our earth element. It is from the mineral kingdom. The Bhuloga is the mineral kingdom. And as I told you, this energy is replenished, it is nourished with food, and also when we get support in this life, when we get support from our family, when we get protection and care from our family, especially during the ages of 0 to 7 years of a child, when the child is completely protected and safe and sound, it nourishes the Mooladhara chakra. That safety and protection that child gets nourishes the Mooladhara chakra, and a healthy physical body is beginning to form. So the basic issue that comes in this chakra is survival fears. You know, when we are coming from a very far away dimension and we are coming to this plane to play, to learn, and to recognize the nature of our soul. When we come to this earth plane, we need to survive here. First, we need to feel settled here. We need to feel safe here. That is very much needed. When that protection and safety is there, then this physical body is totally grounded here. We get totally grounded here, like the roots of a tree. When the roots are really formed, then we have a strong foundation to exist here. Then we can start our journey. So this Mooladhara chakra is so important. This physical body, taking care of this physical body is so important in our material journey and our spiritual journey. So the issue is survival issue, and the fear that can come in our life is the fear of lack. There is not enough for me. My survival is in imbalance. If this thought comes, then our physical body is not grounded here. Our consciousness cannot come and reside in this physical body. That is the issue that we will face. And the Jnanendriya of this body is nose. If we are balanced, if this chakra is so balanced, then we feel we become so sensitive to smell. Even in meditations, if smell is coming, if you are connecting to experiences and situations through smell, it means that your physical body and your Mooladhara chakra is very much balanced. And a karmendriya of this chakra is anus. And what is the function of anus? Excretion, which means letting go of the fears that we have, and trust in the goodness of this life. That is the main thing that balances this chakra and our physical body. Suman Garu, next slide, please. Yes. See, if the energy that we receive in this physical body is imbalanced, when the chakra is imbalanced, the chakra cannot process and transform the energy that is coming. Then we go into extremes, we go into dualities. If it is excessive, the energy is so much, then also it is imbalanced. If our energy is imbalanced, please close your eyes and go into that space and breathe into your Muladhara, into that perineal space. Breathe into that. Take your awareness into that perineal space. When the energy is excessive, we feel greedy because of our fear of lack. There is not enough for me. My existence is threatened. When we feel like that, we start hoarding things. We start collecting things and keeping things so much that there is excessive energy. And those kind of people always resist change. They don't like change because they still have to, if any change comes, they have to attune to that change. Their survival is in threat then. They also have the tendency to overeat. They will become overweight. Sometimes these people become lazy. All this happens when the energy is excessive. And if the energy is deficient, there is not much energy that is processed through this chakra, then we become so fearful about life. We are always insecure in life. There is poor hygiene because we don't love this physical body. We cannot feel connected through this body. We are not grounded in this body. And because of that, we are not taking care of the needs of the body. We are not cleaning it properly. Poor hygiene, underweight, always anxious and restless, and we always have financial difficulties. This chakra is the base of poverty consciousness versus abundance consciousness. If we are balanced, we feel safe, grounded. We will start having abundance in life. May it be in the form of financial security, abundance of love, abundance of friendship. Everything comes in the form of abundance. We feel content in life, satisfied. We are settled here. We start loving this body. And a kind of independence comes. When through the life of 0 to 7 years, if we are getting enough protection and safety in our lives, we slowly start to move into self-sufficiency. And the chakra also develops properly. So this chakra is very much important. This physical body is very much important because this is the main body that is carrying our soul, that is carrying our consciousness. It is only through this body we can meditate, have the wisdom, and integrate it and take this integration and wisdom to this level and play with that. Share it with others. So this body is very much important. And next comes, Mangaru, please. Yeah. So in Muladhara Chakra, in brief, we can say that it is fear versus trust. If our fear is processed and transformed, this energy of fear is transformed into trust, we will have a strong foundation. And the sutra is Sutra of Abundance. Having trust in the process of life, having trust that in our family, having trust in Mother Nature. Through Muladhara, we have a strong connection with our mother and with Mother Nature. Okay, so moving to the next chakra and the next body. So connected to our physical body, we also have an energy body. In other words, pranic body or etheric body. So this body is made of pranamaya kosha. The kosha is prana. Pranamaya kosha. It is made up of prana, energy. And it has a similar shape to our physical body. It is attached along with our physical body. It has a similar shape. It collects energy in the form of prana. We receive lot of prana through this body. And we all know prana is very much needed to be here. Whenever we are breathing, we also take prana along with our oxygen. So, Suman Garu, yes. So Pranamaya Kosha is related to Pranamaya, the etheric body, and it is coming from the Loka, the next world, the next dimension. We receive energy from that space. And this chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, that chakra receives the energy, process it, and transform this energy according to our need. We will be energetic. You have seen little children, 7 to 14 years of age. This chakra gets balanced. This body enhances along with our physical body. So the location of this chakra comes in our lower abdomen, just above the perineal space, but below the navel. That is the space most of the people have Swadhisthana chakra. This chakra is related to our sexual organs, our kidney, and our urinary system. The element is water element. And water is related to emotions. Emotions are energy in motion, like water. It flows. So energy should flow like water. Otherwise, if it gets stagnant, it becomes dirty, like water, like stagnant water. So energy should flow. Emotions should flow. We receive energy, we receive informations in this body through emotions. That is the energy of this body. So the basic right here is to feel. In the first chakra, it was to belong here. In the second space, in the second body, we have to feel. And the basic issue that is coming is emotions and sexuality. In that young age, for example, in that young age, when parents deny us the freedom to feel our emotions, if they numb our emotions, then this chakra becomes imbalanced. And these kind of people have the fear of change. They cannot accept change because they have to flow with the change. That becomes fearful, the fear of change. So close your eyes and please take your attention to that space. Most of the time in Muladhara Chakra, people see the color of red. And in the Swadhisthana Chakra, it is this abode of self, Swa Adhisthana, the abide of our self. The position of our subconscious mind, the position of our self. The mind starts working from there. Our individuality starts working from there. And most of the time, we see the orange color there. Breathe into that space. So, Mangaru, the next slide, please. Yeah. So this chakra helps us to be energetic, to process our emotions, to understand nature, to understand consciousness, to understand our gunas through emotions. So when this chakra becomes imbalanced, if it is excessive, if the energy is excessive there, what happens is that we become so stubborn. We don't like change. We stick to our own emotions. We don't accept other people's emotions. We resist change. We are always ruled by emotions. We become so emotional always, so sensitive, oversensitive. And we become codependent with others. We always need others also in our lives. Emotionally, We need to be with others. Otherwise, we are not confident, we are not relaxed. And these kind of people always crave for food, crave for certain kind of atmosphere, crave for friends. Cravings becomes addictions, substance addiction, because emotionally they are imbalanced. They cannot take care of their emotions. They are done with their emotions and they stick to addictions. They are trying to balance themselves. If the energy is deficient in Swadhisthana Chakra, we suppress our emotions. We start to suppress our feelings, our desires. We don't express our emotions. And we have very poor boundary with others. We don't know what we are and what others are. No boundary at all. Most of the people suppress their sexual energy when it is imbalanced. We feel that expressing our sexuality is something bad. The more we suppress our sexual energy, the more we become imbalanced, because it is such a huge energy that it is the same energy that we process and transform and take it into our heights, and it helps us to become enlightened. It is the same energy. So when we suppress this huge energy, it becomes such a hindrance for our journey. And we become so rigid in our body that we start having muscle cramps. You see, we start having leg pain. We cannot, because we cannot move. We are not ready to move forward, move backward. We are not ready to flow. The flexibility goes. So if our body is stiff, it means that we have to work with our Swadhisthana chakra. If we have kidney issues and urinary tract, urinary issues, this means that we have to work with our energy body. We have to work with the Swadhisthana. When this becomes balanced, when the energy becomes balanced, a kind of this stubbornness transforms into determination. Determination to do one thing, determination to go into one path. We become so playful, relaxed. We become emotionally healthy. We have healthy boundaries, healthy sexuality. Overall, we start enjoy this life with so much vigor and energy. In Gudakesha sessions, we have energy yoga. That is the best medicine for Swadhisthana chakra, the best wine for Swadhisthana chakra. For all chakras, especially this chakra, energy yoga really helps us to balance our emotional body, our energy body. And along with this energy body, we have this aura. So what is aura? When our energy is so enhanced, in all our bodies, we have this kind of vibrations. See? And when this body is expanded, the light that is emanating from this body, this energy body and other bodies, the vibration that is coming out from this body, it will be around our energy body in the form of an egg shape or in the form of a ball. And the light that we see around this body is known as aura, or the vibration that we can feel around people is the aura. It is the extension of this energy body and the other bodies. So the aura, in our aura, every one of us has a basic color of our aura depending upon our nature, depending upon our vibration and frequency. But according to the changes in our energy, according to the changes in our thoughts, according to the changes in our feelings, moment by moment, if a person can see our aura, there will be changes in colors, there will be changes in our vibrations. So there are now equipments and tools to take pictures of our aura, like Kirlian photography. You can search Google and see. Even we can see with our eyes. And I will suggest you a book by Lobsam Rampa, You Forever. You Forever. In that, aura and the 7 bodies are absolutely well explained. If you want to go on and start, if you want to see aura of other people, plants, animals, you can read that book. It is so interesting. So let's move on to the next chakra and the next body. Suman Garu?
Yes, ma'am.
Basically, Swadhisthana chakra is about sutra flow. In this chakra comes the issue is guilt. Guilty of expressing our emotions, guilty of having this kind of energy. When we transform this guilt into the balanced state, it becomes our innocence. The way we are, Swa Adhisthana, ourself, the place of ourself. We become innocent like a child. Then we become playful. So let's move on to the next chakra, which comes above the Swadhisthana, around our navel area. Please go to the next slide. Yes. This chakra is known as Manipura chakra. And this chakra is related to the body, Manomaya Kosha. In English, it is known as astral body. So this astral body comes from the Swarloga. It is related to our mind. The energy comes in the form of thoughts, intelligence. And the chakra identity is, you can see, ego, our mind. Even Swadhisthana is related to our mind. Both these are lower astral and higher astral world. The element of this chakra is fire element. The Jnana Indriya is eye. We receive energy through eyes. We understand things through thoughts. And the Karma Indriya is feet because it is action field. Through this body, we are trying to act. So the location is solar plexus. It is around our navel area. Different people have different locations. That is why I'm not telling the exact location. Below our chest, above the navel area, we have the solar plexus area. This is fire element. And basic issue comes about power and control, because this is the area of action. So we belong here, we feel things, now we try to act according to our thoughts. Here, the ego starts developing and we try to act according to it. We start developing our identity. A child starts developing his or her identity. During the age of 14 to 21, this chakra develops, this body develops. This Manomaya Kosha develops. Astral body develops. And the basic issue that comes is power and control. We have a fear of missing out time, a fear of having not enough time. This is the fear that comes. This is the fear that makes imbalance in this chakra. Please move to the next slide. Yes. So through this chakra, we go into astral worlds. You must have heard of astral travel. When we are sitting in night meditation, Gudakesha meditation, the beauty of Gudakesha is that we slowly We don't have to do anything. All these chakra gets balanced. We slowly start to grow in our astral body. Whenever this astral body matures, we start having astral travels. We detach from our physical body and energy body, and we travel to astral worlds, meet astral masters. We start having knowledge from there. We take that knowledge here, process it through our Manipura chakra, and transforms it into our energy, our confidence level. So when this chakra is imbalanced, when we have this fear of ego, when we have this fear of missing out time, when this energy is excessive, we start dominating others and we start controlling. Power struggle happens there. Sometimes we become so aggressive because this is fire element, and we become manipulative with ourselves and with others. Competition happens there. We become so competitive that we miss the happiness of life. We are not relaxed. We are always in competition with this world because we want to prove ourselves here. When this chakra comes to the deficient energy, this polarity, when this duality comes, sometimes we become so impatient. We have very poor self-discipline. We act according to our wish. We are not considering others. Sometimes we become people pleaser because we feel not confident enough. When we don't have confidence in ourselves, we become a people pleaser. Anybody can manipulate us. We become so powerless. One way we become so powerful, we control others. In other space, we become powerless. When we work on this chakra and when we become imbalanced, please go into that space, close your eyes and breathe into that space. Expand and contract that space, Manipura chakra. Try to relax that space. When we are balanced in this chakra, in this body, the astral body gives us kind of self-respect, self-esteem. We don't have to compete with others. We become patient with life circumstances, experiences. Other than going and telling ourselves that we are worthless and powerless, we start to say that it is okay to make mistakes. I don't have to compete with others. It's okay to make mistakes. I can learn from my mistakes and I can move on. I can move forward. We start taking responsibility for ourselves. We go beyond shame. There is nothing to be shameful about. Suman Garu, next slide, please. Yes. From shame, we move to self-respect. This maturity comes. We start understanding ourselves. Our individuality starts opening up in a matured way. So the sutra is sutra of attention. The more attention we give to ourselves, the more attention we give to our thoughts. When we sit in meditation, when we are doing Gudakesha whole night, we start attending to our thoughts. We have an awareness level to our thoughts. Then we can discriminate which thoughts to enter into, which thoughts to develop and bloom. Slowly we work on ourselves and we reach into a space of self-respect and self-esteem. We start loving our individuality. Then we also respect other people. Otherwise, it is not possible. If we are not respecting ourselves, we cannot respect others also. It is just a fake respect. So this is the astral body and the Manipura chakra. Now we move on to the next slide. This is the space of the causal body, the knowledge body, Vijnanamaya Kosha. And what knowledge? Then energy comes in the form of knowledge, the knowledge of love. So this is the space of our heart space. And the world is causal world, Karana Sharira. And in other words, we can say the Janaloga. This is the world of the body. The causal body comes from the world of Janaloga, the space of our Pitrus, our ancestors, the masters, higher worlds. This world is the bridge between the lower worlds and the higher worlds. And this body, our causal body, is the bridge between our lower bodies and the higher bodies, our lower consciousness and higher consciousness. We are moving into the higher mind, our higher self. This is the bridge. So this body is very much important. Anahata. This is the space of love, and the sound of love is silence. Anahata, sound of silence. The more silent we become, first we understand our identity from Manipura Chakra. The more silent we become, we start understanding ourselves. The more we understand ourselves, we start loving ourselves. The more we love ourselves, the more we can love others. From this space onwards, we start understanding what love is, and we move on to unconditional love, unconditional space without any conditions. In the other three chakras, conditions are there, and conditions are needed there because we are settling on this earth plane. We are settling on our mind space. Now we start moving to the unconditional spaces. So the chakra identity is social. We start loving ourselves and others. We are trying to establish a connection. We start establishing communication. So the element is air. The Jnanendriya is skin. Touch is very much important here. We all know when we love, we touch. Children feel the love of father and mother through touch. Even if we don't say anything. When we go besides masters, they may not say anything. But with one touch, with their eyes, we can feel their love towards us. So the Karmendriya is hands. Location is heart. The basic right is to love and be loved. And the basic issue that comes is with love and relationships. The basic fear that can come and imbalance this chakra is fear of victimhood. And the challenge is to make the choice of self-love. We become vulnerable in this space. So close your eyes and move towards your heart space. Breathe into your heart space. Expand your heart space and contract. Feel the contraction. Breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes when we open our heart chakra, we become so vulnerable like a child. Anybody can hurt us. Anybody can hurt this heart because the heart is so sensitive. But this sensitivity is our strength. Today, Prabodh Garu was talking about love. It's so sensitive and it is so beautiful. So going beyond this hurt, going beyond this vulnerability, still having the courage to love ourselves beyond all our faults and to love others, to accept our polarities, our light and dark, to accept our positive sides and negative sides. This balances the chakra, accepting ourselves completely balances this chakra. When this chakra is enhanced, Suman Garu, please go to the next slide. When this chakra is enhanced, we start communicating with our ancestors, our father and mother. We have a beautiful relationship with them. The more we are connected to our father and mother energy, the more mature our heart chakra becomes. And we can start sensing this causal world. We can travel to the causal world, receive energy from there, take that energy and process it in our anahata space, and use that energy. When we do astral travels, all this happens. So when this energy is excessive, imbalanced, we go into a rescuer space. We always want to be a savior. We always want to help others, not in a balanced way. And we have poor boundaries. We become sometimes very possessive about our loved ones. We become jealous. Sometimes self-sacrifice to become a rescuer comes, and codependency is also there. When the chakra is imbalanced and we don't have sufficient energy, we become a victim. We always feel that, oh, I'm powerless, I'm a victim. People always hurt me, and we close our heart. We become lonely. We are not compassionate to ourselves and to others. If we become angry, we self-deprecate ourselves. We cannot be compassionate to ourselves. How can I do this to others? I cannot forgive myself. That is what we say to ourselves. We become judgmental to ourselves and to others. We criticize ourselves and others. We fear intimacy. And sometimes children become antisocial. When this chakra is balanced, we start forgiving ourselves. It is okay to be who we are. Even if we have some negative sides, it is useful if we love it and we start accepting that character inside us. We can make use of it in a balanced way. Then we start loving ourselves, we forgive ourselves, we have compassion towards ourselves. Then we can give this compassion to others also. We are kind to others also. And we start having healthy relationships with ourselves and with this world. So that is causal world and anahata chakra. Then we go to the next chakra. Suman Garu? Yeah. So here in anahata chakra, the grief that we have stored inside us, the deep sadness that we have stored inside us, when we process it and transmutes it, that energy becomes joy that we can share with this world. So the sutra is sutra's intention. Intent. When you meditate, when you sit in meditation, when you are aware in our daily life, intent to feel the joy that is inside us. Love yourself. Love your body. Love your feelings and emotions. Love your thoughts. Have beautiful thoughts. Gudakesha really helps us in transforming our thoughts into positive thoughts, intenting beautifully for ourselves and for others. Having a joyful day. All this helps. So, next slide, please. Then comes the supracausal world. Anandamaya Kosha. The best example is Prabodh Garu. The bliss body. This is our bliss body. After our causal body, the knowledge body, comes the bliss body. After the joy has arisen, we feel the bliss that is inside us. We are still residing in this bliss body, but we are not conscious of it. We are not taking our consciousness and our awareness towards that body, that bliss body. That is why we are not feeling it. When we sit throughout night and meditate, Slowly we start developing, we are taking our attention to all these bodies. We grow these bodies. We open these bodies. Then that huge bliss comes out. And the chakra related to this body is Vishuddhi chakra. This is the throat space, Vishuddhi chakra. You can see the colors here, colors related to this chakra. But always connect to, in meditation, connect to this chakra. Now also you can close your eyes and feel this space, breathe into that space and see which color comes out for you. So Vishuddhi is the space of emptiness. After we connect to our Anahata chakra and we connect to the silence that is residing there, we start connecting to ourselves. From this space onwards, we are connecting to our true self, our true identities. So in this space, the chakra identity is creation, creativity. The element is space because we are connecting to the Akash, to the space. Jnanendriya is ears. We are trying to listen to the space. We are listening to the silence that is inside us. The Karmendriya is vocal cord. When we sit in silence, we start understanding ourselves. We start understanding our uniqueness. Then we start speaking beautifully, sweetly through our vocal cords. That is a huge service to this world. We start speaking our truth. When we start speaking our truth, it also gives confidence for others to speak their truth. It is only when we sit in silence that we start experiencing and understanding our truth. So Vishuddhi chakra is the space of purification. We purify every poison that is inside us, that we believe that we wear. And then we start developing our true self. So the location is throat. The basic right is to speak and be heard. We become a good listener here because we are silent. And we speak our truth. So basic issues, communication, whether we can properly communicate or not. The fear that can come here is the fear of judgment. The fear of that others will judge me. What others will think about me if I speak my truth? Will others accept me? Will the world accept me if I speak my truth? Will I become alone? This is the fear. And the challenge is to experience our authentic self, to go beyond this fear, to face the fear and come out of it and experience our true self. Sumant garu, please go to the next slide. So this loga is the Mahir loga, where people like Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, all these people come. People who have stood with their truth. When the energy is excessive here, we start dominating others in our communication. We dominate others. We overtalk. We don't listen at all. Or even if someone is speaking, we speak in between. And we start controlling the communication, the conversation. We will become so arrogant in our communication with others. If the energy is deficient on the other side, on the other polarity, we will have a very weak voice. We will have difficulty in speaking our truths. We suppress our truth, poor language, and we will become an introvert. We don't communicate with others. We feel unworthy. Mostly, there is lack of energy. And when we process this, when Vishuddhi chakra becomes active, and when we process this energy, The balanced energy comes in the form of active listening. We become good listeners because we are relaxed. We are settled in our truths. We don't have to compete. We actively listen to others and then we express our truth. A balanced speaking comes. And this chakra, this body, is the space of creativity in all forms. Creative in many areas of life. Because we are not fearful. That is the beauty of this chakra. Sometimes when we sit in meditation, we start coughing and we start crying with sound. All this helps us to balance this chakra. Sometimes we start laughing because this chakra is getting purified. I have experienced this in Gudakesha sessions at night time. Sometimes my neck moves involuntarily like this. So many things happens and it naturally, all this happens in our body when we sit in meditation. So moving on to the next slide and next chakra, next body. Next body is the cosmic body, the Vishwamaya Kosha. It comes from the Tapologa. Tapologa is where all the masters resides, higher masters resides. The people who have experienced their truth, the people who have gone beyond their mind, beyond their ego mind, people who have been in their true self. The element is space, Jnanendriya is mind, Karmendriya is mind, higher mind, the highest mind. The location is forehead here, we all know, the third eye space. The basic right is to see the ultimate reality, the greater reality, vipassana, the great vision, the bigger picture of life we start seeing. When we open our third eye, when we have the confidence to speak our truth, when we become silent, this eye opens and we start seeing the great truth, the bigger picture. The basic issue is intuition, whether we believe in our intuition or not, whether we trust our intuition or not. And the fear is the fear of being inadequate and not enough. Please move to the next slide. So when this body is developed, this cosmic body is developed, we start experiencing this cosmos, this Vishwa. We start experiencing the oneness of this world, this universe. It is through that body we experience this oneness. When this energy becomes excess, we are not using it properly. When we are not processing this properly, what happens? It becomes very difficult to concentrate. And the inability to discern what is right and what is wrong. This is also in Vishuddhi Chakra. What is right and what is wrong. That is the power of discernment. And here, the inability to discern truth from illusion. What is illusion? What is truth? What is reality? Sometimes we, in this space, the only thing that we have to work on is our ego identity, our core identity, what we are identified with. If we move beyond that, we come to the empty space. We come to our true selves. When this energy is deficient, we move to the next extreme. What happens is poor intuition. We don't believe in our intuition. We don't believe in this great vision because of this ego. And we self-deprecate ourselves. We have too much of logical thoughts. And when this becomes balanced, we become so intuitive. The power of willpower. Whatever we speak, that becomes the Aatma. We are relaxed and the spiritual visions start happening. We believe in them And we use it for the benefit of this world, for ourselves and this world. We become the masters. That is the space, the Vishwamaya Kosha, that is coming from the cosmic world. The color is indigo. So we move on to the next, the last space. Sumangaru, please go to the, yes. Here you can see illusion versus reality. That is the thing that we have to work on. And the sutra is sutra of willpower, the willpower to move beyond ego and the willpower to see the reality, the willpower to trust our intuitions. This is the space. The next chakra, it is not a chakra, it is a space. The Sahasrara. Sangaru? Yes. The location is crown. Just above our crown chakra, crown. This is the nirvanic space. Nirvanamaya kosha, which comes from the Satya Loga. This kosha helps us to connect with the Satya Loga, because this body resides in the Satya Loga. And you can see here in this slide, the element is beyond. Jnanendriya is beyond. It is beyond our mind. The karmendriya is beyond. It is beyond our mind. Only when we have, when we are working with this mind, we will have all these jnanendriyas and karmendriyas. Afterwards, it is total emptiness, nothingness. So the issue that can come here is attachment to this world, attachment in this earth. Attachment and detachment, that is the issue. And the fear is fear of meaninglessness. Sometimes when this chakra is imbalanced, we have this feeling of meaninglessness in life. What is the meaning of life? I don't have any meaning in life, in my life. This life is worthless because it doesn't have, I can't find any meaning in my life because we are not connecting to the purpose of this life. And we self-deprecate ourselves. The challenge is to come out of self-destruction. Instead of destructing ourselves, connecting to this detachment with gratitude for this whole earth plane and all the other logas, all the other bodies, having gratitude and slowly detaching from these bodies. That helps in Sahasrara. Next slide, please. Yes. So the sutra of this chakra, this body, is the sutra of gratitude. You know, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, just for the sake of being grounded in this earth plane, to stay here after getting enlightened, they all have to go to this emptiness. But what do the masters do? They have to attach to something on this earth plane so that they can stay in this body, in this physical bodies and other bodies. So what he did was that he attached himself to food, Annamaya. He loved food. But one day what happened was that he was not interested in eating. That day, his wife started crying because she knew that he's going to detach himself from this body and he's going to move on to the next plane. He's going to leave his body because the attachment is slowly moving. He's detaching from this body. So that is how attachment helps us in some ways. But in this plane, when we come to this space, we have to move beyond all the attachments. And there is only gratitude for everything. And see, you see this petal? It is 1,000-petaled lotus. What is the meaning of that? When enlightenment starts happening, it is like layers and layers of opening up. There is no ending. It is just a beginning. Enlightenment process is just a beginning. In many ways, it is blossoming and blossoming. In many levels, in many dimensions, it is blossoming. The wisdom is blossoming. So that is the meaning of that 1,000-petaled lotus. Never-ending process of enlightenment. A beautiful journey starts from that space onwards. So that is Nirvanamaya Kosha. So with this, we end our session. I hope you got a glimpse of all the chakras, all the bodies, and our aura also. And the beauty of this process is that a minimum information is helpful for us, because when we are meditating, we understand what is happening with us. But the most beautiful thing is that when we are meditating and when we are sitting in night time, whole night time, all this process, all this balancing happens naturally. We don't have to be conscious and do it. Naturally, all this happens and we become balanced, and we can see the change in ourselves when we interact with this world in day-to-day life, if we are aware. And one point I forgot to tell you is that Divya Mangala Drishti. When we start working with Anahata Chakra, or when we start developing this Divya Mangala Drishti in Gudakesha sessions, unknowingly our Anahata Chakra gets balanced, because we start loving ourselves, we start seeing ourselves in a beautiful way, we start seeing the light inside us, the Guru inside us. We have that gratitude, and we see others also as gods. This Divya Mangala Drishti helps us to develop Anahata and Vishuddhi. And naturally the third eye opens. This is the beauty of Gudakesha. So all of you, please attend Gudakesha sessions and have experienced the beauty of it, experience yourself, blossom, become beautiful 1,000-petaled lotuses. Thank you. Any sharings?
Thank you, yeah, thank you. That was a great session. You explained each and every chakra and connected it to the body. Yeah, very beautifully. Thank you so much for the session, Masters. Yeah, if you have any doubts or any sharings, yeah, please do unmute yourself and ask the question. Thank you.
Mangaru, I would like to share one more thing. In each chakra, if we are aware, we can connect to the issues with our body, our physical body, any ailments that you have. If we are aware, we can connect with these chakras and work with it. For example, in Anahata, if you have any kind of chest-related issues, respiratory issues, and blood-related issues, know that we have to work with our Anahata. And Manipura also, and Anahata also, we have skin issues. Manipura chakra is the fire element, and if we have anchor issues, we will definitely come to have liver issues, things like that, spleen issues. In Anahata, we have this blood-related issues and heart issues and lung issues. Vishuddhi chakra, we have ear issues and throat issue related to thyroid, things like that. And when we are developing our third eye, sometimes we have migraines or headaches. All this happens and naturally it goes. When we work with it, when we are meditating, it naturally goes. But sometimes when this happens, know that this chakra is getting balanced. It is good. So if we meditate properly, all this happens naturally. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Masters. Yeah. Anyone want to share anything more? Any questions also you can ask to Meera ma'am. Okay. Hope everyone got a lot of clarity about chakras, aura, and 7 bodies. Thank you, Meera ma'am, for the wonderful session.
Thank you for this opportunity to share and serve you all. Thank you, Prabodh.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Meera ma'am, for this wonderful session. Yesterday, I was watching your previous sessions, Aatma Deepo Bhava's recorded. So I feel so blessed to attend this session. I just had a doubt. If suppose the Anahata chakra is been blocked, does this mean that other chakras is balanced?
Yeah. So when we have imbalance in one chakra, naturally other chakras will also have imbalances because all these are connected. Because in Anahata chakra, we connect to the feelings also, right? And the feeling spaces are Swadhisthana. And the feeling space and emotional space starts developing from our thoughts. That is the Manipura chakra. So when we are grieving, when we have stored grief inside us, we are not expressing it. Naturally, the Swadhisthana also gets imbalanced because we are not expressing that emotion of grief. And we will start developing lots of thoughts related to that grief. Right? So the Manipura also get imbalanced. So things are like, it's a very vast subject. The chakra itself, it's a very vast subject. So many chakras are related to, interconnected to other chakras also. So if you are interested, there are so many videos in Pyramid Valley channels, PMC channels, and GMP also. There are other videos and you can go on through that. But when we work on one chakra, it also helps to connect to other chakras and balance them. Because if you have to balance your grief and come to the joyful space, you also have to express your emotions. When you express the emotion, your Swadhisthana gets imbalanced naturally. And the thoughts related to grief go away. Then your mind becomes calm and cool. Then the Manipura also gets balanced. So working with one chakra itself is so powerful.
Okay. Very beautifully explained, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Master, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
So I want to understand how we can do the work of balancing on our own. How we should move ahead. What should we do?
Basically saying there are so many workshops based on chakras where the trainers help us to go through these things. But when we are meditating, naturally we become conscious of our thoughts. We become conscious of our emotions. We become conscious of our feelings, right? So in Gudakesha, we are getting the training and we are getting the support 24/7. Throughout night and day, the trainers are there with us. And whenever we feel this imbalance of emotions or thoughts or feelings, they are there to help us, they are there to support us. And these 41 days, regularly, we are getting this positive kind of affirmations. And this helps us to become conscious of what we are actually feeling and thinking. Then naturally we can switch to the positive thinking side. We can shed our tears if we are suppressing our worries. We can shed the tears and move along, move forward. The key is awareness. The key is attending to our body, attending to our thoughts, attending to our emotions, and not judging them in any way. If it is coming, just release it, move it. If we are suppressing our sexuality, then know that it is as great as enlightenment. There is nothing good or bad about it. Use every energy in a balanced way. If we take the example of anchor, when we are in Manipura Chakra, when we are imbalanced, we use that anchor in a very bad way. When we come to the Anahata Chakra, I feel that, oh, I am a very angry person. This I don't want. I'm leaving my anger away. Then what happens is that I am not a complete being because I have suppressed a part of me because it is bad. I have judged it as a bad thing. But when I accept my that side also, that my darker side also, I have anger in me. Sometimes this anger comes. When I accept that like a child, that child supports me. That child becomes a friend of mine. Then I can use it in a beautiful way. When I come to the Vishuddhi Chakra, I understand the importance of anger. Then in the Ajna space, when we naturally go to that space. Like I'm a teacher. For example, I'm a teacher. When I stand in front of my students, sometimes some students, some children, they need to show, I need to show that anger in front of them so that they understand certain things, so that they become conscious of certain things. So that I am not venting up my emotion to them. I am not showing my emotion to them. I'm not in an emotional charge. But I can make use of this tool to help them only in a balanced way. To come to this level, we need to be conscious of who we are, what we are feeling, what we are thinking. Awareness is the key. And how do we develop awareness? Through meditation, through our daily life mindfulness. We develop it and it becomes our strength. That is how we balance each chakra. It comes naturally. When you meditate, it happens naturally. You become a master of yourself. That is how. Thank you. I hope you understood.
Thank you, Master. Yes. So I'm understanding that awareness
Yes.
is the key. That is being non-judgmental also. When my awareness is making me understand I'm nervous about a certain subject or certain thing.
Yes.
Just accepting and being aware
Yeah.
is the starting point. Yes.
The sutra of flow, like Swadhisthana, let it flow and without any judgment. You see, Osho says meditation is like gold, and compassion is the fragrance that gives value to that gold, more value to that gold. So, being kind to ourselves, accepting ourselves, everything about ourselves, it helps us to come into a balanced space. Yes.
Thank you,
Ritesh
Master.
ji? Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Can
Yes.
we say that if we balance higher chakra, then automatically the lower or damaged chakra get balanced with that?
I can only speak from my experience. Okay. It differs to different persons. In my understanding, it is when we work in our lower chakras, naturally, baki sab ho jayega. All the rest of the chakras gets developed and balanced because we all have those chakras and those qualities. It is in this earth plane that we have to develop and get balanced. We have to balance our mind. See, our emotions and feelings. And you see, this Manipura chakra is like a reservoir. It reserves so much of energy. Whenever we meditate, when we breathe, this area stores a lot of energy for us throughout the day. So, working with the lower chakras is so important. And when that chakra is very much settled and balanced, we get a great foundation there. The other spaces are easy, according to my experience. Okay. Yes. because we are coming from a very higher plane. We are the souls. We all have that soul fragrance, that the values of that soul. It is there inside us. It is any time it is ready to blossom. Only thing is that we have to get settled here, settled with our mind. Yeah. I think I
Yes, ma'am.
shared what you.
One more thing I want to ask, that if any type of emotions hold us, like suddenly we get scared of something, or we have some thoughts which are giving us more and more fear, or some contraction in nerve systems, then at that time, bringing awareness to that, this contraction will balance that chakra, or is there any other remedy to balance this nerve system or parasympathetic nerve system? Like,
Yeah.
can you guide anything on this?
So sometimes, when some emotions are too much for us, some experiences that happened in our life is too much for us. Sometimes we can ask help from others, like masters, trainers. They help us. In other times, and when we are meditating also, and when we are in daily life, and when we are meditating, if we are conscious, what happens is that when these emotions comes up, or when these thoughts develop, when these fears open up, the point is, in anapanasati meditation, there are 7 spaces: kaya anupasana, vedananupasana, chittanupasana. This word anu is there. Kaya means body. Kaya anupasana. That is how Buddha meditates. Buddha asked us to meditate in anapanasati. Observe our breath, anapanasati. Then kaya anupasana. Have attention, have awareness in your body, anu, in a small portion. Don't completely focus into your body, but have a portion of awareness in your body. What is happening in your body? Vedananupasana. What is happening in your emotional space, in your energy space? Have attention there. Then where is the rest of the attention? Be conscious. You are the one who is witnessing this emotion. You are the one who is witnessing these thoughts. You are not the thoughts. This awareness slowly starts developing when we are meditating. When you go deeper and deeper into it, that is the beauty of meditation. That is the importance of meditation. We don't become just an emotion. We don't just become a victim of our thoughts or fears. We start seeing the thoughts. Who is seeing the thoughts? That is not us. Who is seeing the thoughts? The thoughts are not us. We are the one who is seeing the thoughts, the witness, the consciousness. Then we develop the courage, the confidence to see this thought, this fear, this emotion, just like a child. Then we can take care of that thought, that emotion, that feeling. We can transform it into a beautiful energy of confidence. Fear transforms into confidence. Fear transforms into inner strength. Emotions transform into joy and relaxation. Thoughts become still. Because we are the masters. We tell the thoughts, I don't want any more thoughts now. I'm meditating. I want to be silent. The mind starts following our instructions. It starts to serve us. So the point is here. Give your half attention, half awareness to the thoughts, emotions, and fears, and half awareness in who you are. You are that consciousness. You are that witness, awareness. Don't become the thoughts. Don't drown into those thoughts.
Thank you
You
very
all
much, ma'am.
start developing these things when you meditate. It naturally happens. There is no other way. This is the path. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Very, very well explained. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Masters. Any more questions, doubts, or sharings?
Can we get Meera ma'am's number?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I will type it in the chat box. In the first round, my topic was Madhava Seva, Manava Seva. Service to man is service to God. That was the topic I took. This is the number. I'm from Kerala. So you can call me.
Ma'am, one more question is there.
Yes.
Can I ask?
Yes, Rudeshji.
Yeah, I have one more question. You have told na, that one has to be aware and with half awareness and half the awareness on sensations and happenings. So the goal must be that that one has to slowly and gradually totally slip into that awareness space.
Yes, you got it. Disidentifying from our thoughts, disidentifying from our emotions, disidentifying from our feelings, and coming to our true selves, being aware that we are the ones who are going, we have these bodies, emotional body, thought body, manomaya kosha, the feeling body. We all have these bodies, but we are not the body. We are the one who is residing in that body. And we experience these things to understand, learn certain things, play through those, and understand who we are. The soul just want to experience itself. The consciousness want to experience itself. That is why it has taken a form through many bodies. We are not that. So completely switching into our real self. That is the practice. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, Masters. Hi. How are you?
That is my younger one.
Okay.
Two boys are there.
Okay. What's
He's
his name?
Kedar.
Hi, say hi to participants.
Say hi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Mangar.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a wonderful session. Yeah. Many insights people have got from this session, and yeah, they have cleared their doubts too. Thank you. Thank you so much, Masters. Yeah, we'll meet for the morning meditation tomorrow. Yeah. These recordings will be available in GMPWisdom English YouTube channel. You can watch there. Thank you. Thank you so much.